And now here is the man from Newport.
Not from Newport, Blaine. For Newport. Newport filter cigarettes. Everyone who's tried them is for them. Because Newport is the cigarette with a hint of mint that refreshes while you smoke. Refreshes like an ocean breeze. Buy Newport. Try Newport in the ocean blue crush-proof box.
Well, this is it, the last half of the ninth inning. Don McMahon has to stop these Redlegs. If he does, the Braves will be champions of the National League for the second straight year. The magic number is 1. The Phillies and the Pirates were rained out today in their doubleheader at Philadelphia. Braves with a 5-game lead, 5 games to go, including today, so a victory here this afternoon would wrap it up, and the Braves could come home as champions. Incidentally, for the benefit of all those concerned, the Braves expect to arrive home 3 hours, approximately 3 hours, after the broadcast, or after the game, I mean. Dee Fondy is going to bat now for Eddie Mixis. Dee Fondy, a left-handed batter, will hit for Eddie Mixis, leading off in the last half of the ninth inning. Jim Fridley is on deck. So here is Fondy making his first appearance in the series. Dee batting .220, a left-handed batter, first pitch. A swing and a miss, and strike 1. Fondy has 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 11 runs batted in. No ball, 1 strike count. Here is the next pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 2 on Fondy. Don McMahon on the mound replaced Warren Spahn in that rough 7th inning when the Redlegs scored 5 runs. To very definitely jump right smack back in the ball game. 6-5, the Braves lead. 0-2 pitch, high inside, ball 1 and strike 2. One and 2 on the pinch batter, Dee Fondy. Fondy, who has spent time with the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1 and 2 pitch, a swing and a ball that's grabbed by Eddie Matthews over to first base. He is out. Looping line drive, Eddie scooped it out of the dirt. Threw Fondy out at first base. That's 1 away in the last half of the ninth. 1 man is out, nobody on base. Here is Jim Fridley, and boy, did he belt one in the 7th inning. High off the scoreboard. A double, scoring a run. And now Fridley steps in, facing right-hander Don McMahon. He had his double off Warren Spahn. That was Fridley's first base hit with the Redlegs this year, giving him 1 for 4. The first pitch, curveball, is high, and it's ball 1 and no strike. We're in the last half of the ninth inning at Crosley Field. The Braves with a narrow 6-5 lead. Cincinnati batting, 1 out and nobody on base. The pitch, and Fridley swings. It's a high foul, third base side to be out of play, and it's ball 1 and strike 1. Ball 1 and a strike 1 count. Ball 1 and strike 1. Don McMahon, who has been working since the 7th, looks down at Del Crandall. Outfield playing deep to the left. Here's a wind-up in the 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. He tried to hold up, and it's ball 1 and strike 2. Ball 1 and strike 2. Ed Bailey on deck will bat for Bobby Henrik. The wind-up by McMahon. The 1-2 pitch. Curve outside, ball 2. Ball 2, strike 2. Braves trying to do it this afternoon. Here's the windup. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a drive to right center field. Henry Aaron going over. He's got his sights set. Makes the catch, and that's 2 away in the 9th inning. Jim Fridley lines out to Henry Aaron in right center field. 2 men are out. Nobody on base. And here is Ed Bailey. Ed Bailey batting for Bobby Henrik. With 2 outs and nobody on base. Bailey batting .251, has 23 doubles, 1 triple, 11 home runs, and 60 runs batted in. Two outs, nobody on base. Here's the pitch, and Bailey takes the ball. It's high and outside. Jerry Lynch is the on-deck hitter. 2 men are out and nobody on base in the last half of the ninth. Braves are leading 6-5. Don McMahon slowly walks back towards the rosin sack, gives it a squeeze and throws it down. Ball one, no strikes to count on Ed Bailey. 2 outs and nobody on base. The last half of the 9th inning. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a foul on the first base side. It's even at ball 1 and strike 1. Ball 1 and strike 1 the count on Bailey. Ball 1, strike 1. New baseball is handed to Del Crandall. Last half of the 9th. Braves are leading 6-5. Pinch batter Ed Bailey hitting for the shortstop, Bobby Henrik. Even up with Don McMahon. Ball 1 and strike 1. Here's the pitch. In close. Ball 2, 2-1. Ball 2 and a strike 1 count. McMahon into the windup, 2-1 pitch. Strike is called on the outside corner, knee high. So it's ball 2 and strike 2. Ball 2 and a strike 2 count on the left-handed batter, Ed Bailey. The windup by Don McMahon, the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a foul. He just got a piece of that ball back into the screen, and it's still 2-2. Ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Milwaukee with a 6-5 lead in the last half of the 9th. The magic number 1. Braves hoping to clinch that flag right now. 2 outs, nobody on base for Cincinnati. Ed Bailey, the last chance now for the Redlegs. Deep in the batter's box. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a drive in the right center field. Bruton going over, so's Henry Aaron. Billy is calling. The ball game is over. The Braves win the National League pennant. They're gathered around Don McMahon on the mound now as he retired the side in order in the last half of the 9th inning on a fly ball to Billy Bruton in right center field here in the last half of the 9th. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and our Milwaukee Braves again are champions in the National League as they leave the playing area. They're getting a wonderful ovation from the Cincinnati fans who probably are yelling, "Go take those Yankees now." A lot of the boys are feeling very elated at the moment as they file into the runway leading to the Milwaukee locker room. And it's all over, fans. Here on September the 21st, the Braves clinch their second straight National League flag. And they had a battle on their hands this afternoon as they had a 6-0 lead, and Warren Spahn pitching magnificent baseball. But the Redlegs exploded for 5 in the 7th to make it a 6-5 game, and Don McMahon came on, did a brilliant job in relief, going the last 2 2/3 innings, giving up just 2 hits along the way, and there was no threat in the last half of the 9th. The Redlegs, though, gave it a real fight out here, and the final score, Milwaukee 6 and Cincinnati 5, and now the officials of the Braves have headed towards the locker room, and here are the totals as Blaine Walsh is getting ready down to the locker room to receive the boys and send the news back to you folks back in the broadcast area of the pennant celebration in the locker room. For Milwaukee, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base. Cincinnati, 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on base. The winner was Warren Spahn, 21 wins, 11 losses. And the loser was Brooks Lawrence, the starter. And Lawrence now has a record of 8 wins and 13 defeats. 1 home run, and it turned out to be a mighty big one by Henry Aaron in the 7th with 1 man on base, and that was his 30th home run of the year. We're still waiting word from Blaine Walsh down in the Braves locker room as the Braves now just about have reached there. Final score out here, Milwaukee 6 and Cincinnati 5. And it certainly has been a really great year, and right now, while we have the opportunity, waiting the word from Blaine, we should give credit to the runner-up Pittsburgh Pirates, who gave the Braves a real battle throughout the last part of August and early here in September, hanging on. But as Ed Bailey flied to Billy Bruton in right center field, retiring the side, it ended the ball game and ended the Pittsburgh Pirates' hopes, mathematical hopes, of catching our world champion Milwaukee Braves. So the World Series of 1958 will again be played in Milwaukee County Stadium. It'll start a week from Wednesday. A week from Wednesday at Milwaukee County Stadium, the New York Yankees against the Milwaukee Braves. They just gave us the attendance at 27,213, so I'm the winner up here in the radio booth. We're waiting now for Blaine down there in the locker room. So, Blaine, we understand you're all set, so take it away, buddy. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, Earl, thank you very much. We're down in the clubhouse, and let me tell you, we've got Bedlam down here. No lessening of enthusiasm from a year ago. The Braves have clinched it, and let me tell you, they're a pretty happy bunch of boys. Whew. Lots of excitement down here. The owner of the Braves, Mr. Perini, was the first man into the clubhouse after the team was in here. And he wanted just a minute or two with the club before anybody was allowed in here. Right behind Mr. Perini was the president of the Braves, Mr. Carnes. Along with Mr. Perini and Mr. Carnes, the president of the National League, Mr. Warren Giles. And let's see, Frank Larry is in here. And I guess everybody in the Braves family now is in the clubhouse. We have all the ball players in. And everybody is pretty excited about having wrapped up this 1958 pennant. Well, it was a close call. And the Braves finally won it by a score of 6-5. Whew. Touch and go. And we're going to get to talk with some of these people just as soon as some of these photographers get their pictures here. They have Fred Haney, Mr. Perini, and Mr. Carnes, and Mr. Giles all in the gang here. And they're snapping the pictures. We have Don Davidson over this way. Don, let's have you as our first guest here on the post-game show. Do you feel a little better now that it's all wrapped up?
Feel great. I can't talk, Blaine. It's just one of those feelings that happens once in a lifetime, and it's a great tribute to a great ball club and a great manager and a great general manager and president and owner of the ball club. We're all just tickled to death.
Don, I think there's just as much excitement as there was a year ago.
It sure is. I mean, there's nothing, Blaine, that can beat the excitement of having clinched the pennant. And it's just something I hope we have the same excitement for many years to come.
Okay, Don, thank you very much. We're going to get to the rest of these gentlemen here now. We have Juan Pizarro picking Don Davidson up and carrying him around. That's pretty good. Fred, how do you feel now, boss, that it's all over with?
Blaine, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling.
That was a kind of a close call after we were out in front 6-0.
Yeah, but when that ball went out in the last 2 men out in the ninth and that ball went to center field, I said, that's the ball I've been waiting for since April 13th.
Well, she's all set now. Is there anything you can tell us about World Series plans as yet? Are you going to need any time to think this over?
No, let's wait until we have a chance to think it over. I know I'm just about the way Johnny Drews and Moon Mullen are. They're very happy after winning their first ball game. Now we've won the pennant. I think we'll take a little time before we decide on the World Series stuff.
Okay, well, Fred, congratulations to you. You've done a great job holding this Johnson & Johnson club together, and the boys did a great job in winning the 1958 pennant.
Well, it was really and truly an organization victory when you stop to think of it. With the injuries we had, I don't think you can point to any one man on our ball club as being a standout. I think you've got to say it's a team and an organization victory because the boys that came up from the minor league were tremendous help to us. And also the boys playing out of positions such as Adcock and such as Hanebrink and Mantilla. So it all goes to the team. There's no individual. And Blaine, once more, I'll tell you this. If there was a manager made a ball club, the ball club makes the manager.
Fred, thank you very much, and congratulations again. That was manager Fred Haney of our Milwaukee Braves. I'm still trying to get Mr. Perini, Mr. Carnes. John Quinn is here, too, the Braves general manager. We can't forget John Quinn. And they're in a group here now with a bunch of the ball players. Today's winning pitcher, Warren Spahn, the guy who relieved and did a great job in getting the Red Legs out of there, Don McMahon. The champagne is flowing now, and we still have all the excitement. Let's get some of the ball players in here for a word or two. While they're taking pictures over there, we can talk to some of the boys. We have most of the boys down at the other end of the room, and the picture taking is going on between me and the fellows down at the other end. Let's see if I can't get in here and get Henry and some of these fellows. You can hear the cheering in the background. The photographer wants these fellows. That's Crandall leading a little cheer. Here's Mr. Lou Perini, the owner of the Braves. Mr. Perini, I don't think there's any less excitement now than there was a year ago.
No, it's terrific, is it?
You must be proud of these fellows.
I'm just so proud. It's hard to keep from getting emotional at a time like this because the boys have played so hard, and They deserved it. They won it the hard way. Shows you what a great game this baseball is, isn't it, Blaine? Here I was there relaxing, saying, isn't it wonderful? This is reminding me just like the last game of the World Series. Then all of a sudden, boom. Then we had to win again.
Well, that's it. We had the 6-0 lead, and Cincinnati comes right back and makes a tough situation out of it.
Oh, that's why this is the greatest game in the world. I hope, Blaine, that we could get everybody in the world playing it, and I think we'd have some fun, and all of us would get to understand one another better.
Well, I know where you're going to be on the 1st of October. What do you think will happen now in the World Series? You can reserve your opinion if you want to.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to say this. We won this one, and this is the big one. We'll just go ahead, and I have so much respect for that Yankee organization. It's a tremendous ball club. Well, I think they are going to have a little bit of respect of us, too, Blaine, and I think it's going to be a great series, Blaine.
Well, Mr. Perini, we congratulate you. You put together a wonderful organization here. We've enjoyed following them, and they've given all the fans a tremendous thrill. Everything the fans have wanted, that pennant.
Well, I got to tell you, there isn't any finer fans in the world that are any more deserving than Milwaukee, and all I can say, I only hope for the next 5 years in a row we'll be here celebrating the same occasion at the same time of year.
Fine. Mr. Perini, thank you very much. I know the fans enjoyed hearing from you. Mr. Lou Perini, the owner of our Milwaukee Braves. John Quinn. John, congratulations.
Thank you, Blaine. Well, you know, it doesn't make any difference. Every year, why, it's just the same thrill when you win the pennant. I thought last year, but just as thrilling this year, too, Blaine.
Isn't this great, though?
Wonderful. Now we got to go on and try to take those Yankees, and I'm sure that the boys all feel very confident, and certainly we do up in the office.
John, when I see you after a pennant clincher, I go back over the season and think of all those moments when we sit up there in the booth at Milwaukee County Stadium and really sweat these fellows out. But they've done
I want to tell you, it's worth it.
And when you start to think of all the injuries we've had and the tense moments and the closeness of the race, the tough competition of the National League, it's really been quite a season, hasn't it?
Well, that shows what type of ball players that we have. When we do have injuries, these fellows go out and fight harder, and that's a sign of a good ball club, and that's why they came out on top this year.
What do you think of today's ball game?
Well, it was, I thought when we had the 6 runs that we could relax a little, but you know in baseball you can never relax. You got to just wait until you get the last man out.
Well, especially when you got a club like Cincinnati that can pound that old apple around. Well, we've got a 1 anyway, and now we can look forward to the World Series. You want to make a prediction now in the series, or are you going to hold off for a while?
Plain, you know, my feeling, these fellows have got experience. They beat the Yankees last year, and I don't see any reason in the world why they can't beat them this year.
Well, by golly, we're all going to be pulling for them. I know you will be, too. John, thank you very much.
Thank you, Blaine.
Congratulations again. That was John Quinn, the general manager of our ball club. And now, buddy boy, how do you feel? We've got it all wrapped up. You're down here in the clubhouse. And did you bring the briefcases?
I got everything down, Blaine, but certainly, like John said just before you went on, that last ball that was hit by Bailey, it looked like it might be going a long way.
Earl, we just received some telegrams. Well, you're reading one or two of those. Let me go down and get Mr. Carnes and some of the ball players. Del Crandall.
Fine.
You want me?
You're darn right we do. We had a great year. Well, I have some wires here that have just come in for us. I'd like to take a moment here to read them to you fans along the network. First of all, congratulations to the players, staff, and management of the world's finest ball club, the Milwaukee Braves, and the friendly folks at the Miller Brewing Company. The Braves have managed to overcome many obstacles of injuries and stiff competition to win their second straight pennant. The Miller Brewing Company is proud to have been a part of that pennant drive, and we're sincerely hoping that this will become an annual affair for the Braves. Again, congratulations and sincere best wishes to the Milwaukee Braves to repeat last year's victory over the Yankees. Signed, Norman R. Klug, president of the Miller Brewing Company. Right now, a young fellow who did a lot towards the second straight pennant, catcher Del Crandall. Del, congratulations on a fine year.
Thank you. Nice announcing, Earl. You did a good job all year.
Del, the excitement seems to prevail even this year, but last year I think we had a more excitement in the locker room. Probably we're getting used to it now.
Well, you're not getting used to it, Earl, but actually today wasn't a very good ball game for us. You know, we kind of looked a little bit bad, and it took a little edge off of things, but that first one, I don't think anything can ever beat the first one like we had it last year. That's a tremendous feeling.
Del, now you're all set for those New York Yankees, I'm sure, and first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on a very, very fine year at the plate.
Well, things have gone good, and we're looking forward to meeting and beating the Yankees.
Fine. Well, thanks a million, Del Crandall, our very fine catcher, one of the top guys in baseball. Here's another telegram. Heartiest congratulations to the Braves for winning the National League pennant. What a team. Congratulations, too, to that fine group of men who had this exciting, colorful organization. Our co-sponsorship of the Braves games with Miller High Life in Kent has been a truly pleasant, heartwarming experience. We especially treasure the many friends we have made among the thousands of Braves fans throughout this area. Good luck in the coming World Series. Signed, Emery T. Clark, President, Clark Oil and Refining Corporation. Also a telegram from Louis Gruber, President of the P. Lorillard Company along the same lines, congratulating our Milwaukee Braves for winning this 1958 pennant. Well, we have a lot of the fellas sitting here, and here's a guy who wasn't with us last year, Harry Hanebrink. Harry, thought you feel pretty good about this.
Oh, I sit down here and cry.
It was quite a thrill. Of course, you have